This Bible versus matchup really had to happen. Two long travel 29ers with their own ever-evolving versions of VPP linkage. The Santa Cruz Hightower LT and the intense Carbine were a perfect pair. And like most of our versus matchups, we found them to be pretty different. The Hightower LT won over a couple of VPP haters with its all-around neutral climbing ability despite having such a slack seat angle, while the Intense climbs a bit more like we expected.
So we each rode both of these, and I picked the Intense as my favorite because I think it has a little more of that classic VPP pedaling, which is kind of a love it or hate it thing, but it stood up a little more in its pedaling, and really we had some rough stuff, and it never really slowed me down, but I just felt a little bit quicker going uphill on it.
And true to its racing heritage, the Intense is more of a semi-truck. It had a longer wheelbase, an extra 10 millimeters front travel, and an overall more autopilot feel, while the Hightower seemed more well-rounded, almost more trail-oriented by comparison.
You're right. In a straight line, this might be, one of the best all-mountain bikes there is. If you're just going to mash through, if you're just going to monster truck through boulders, the Intense might be the way to go. But, some trails have turns. And turns out, I really love the Hightower for its balanced, agile feel.
So we got into this the other night. I kind of feel like the longer the better. And I know there's a lot of people that disagree with me, and it doesn't really bother me. I can skid around something if I need to. I just like that stability.
For me, in all mountain, you have to have a bike that can haul ass uphill and then be super fun down, and that's where the Hightower LT became my choice. It was super agile. I thought it pedaled pretty well. It kind of didn't have some of the VPP characteristics of getting hung up on things like a lot of the ones in the past have. However, as soon as you point this thing down on berms and jumps, it just really came to life.
Yet again, two books with similar covers and wildly different plots. The Hightower LT is all about twists and turns, but it can mash when you need it to. It would be at home in most any environment, but the Carbine is all about non-stop thrills. The gnarlier the terrain, the better. Just point it and shoot it. Each bike has its individual write-up and roundtable video, so check them out and subscribe to Bike Mag's YouTube channel so you don't miss the rest of them.